Welcome to Capetown. Some places feel like they belong to another world, and hidden between the towering tableland mountains and the blue of the Atlantic Ocean, this place feels like one of those. Just beyond the hustle and bustle of Capetown, the seaside harbour town of Hout Bay is where mountain meets sea, and it's here, nestled in the marina, that Nandji is birthed, preparing for the next chapter of our journey. But even though the big blue is cooling, Africa, we're not done with you yet.
We're really looking forward to the cruising season in the Caribbean, but unfortunately it's hurricane season there right now, and it will be until October. So we've got a lot of time on our hands, and if we cross the southern Atlantic right now, we're going to be spending a lot of time in Brazil. And we thought about it, and we can either spend more time here in South Africa or more time in Brazil. And our hearts have just been set on South Africa. We just love this country and feel like we've barely scratched the surface.
Wow, look at that beach. It goes forever.
There is one on the beach.
You spotted the horses? One of the hard things about South Africa is that it's such a volatile coastline that you can't anchor anywhere. You have to go into marinas, and we're kind of at the end of the line with the marina hopping. So we figured, you know, there's just so much to South Africa. There's so many neighbouring countries and so many awesome things to see. We want to dig deep on what South Africa is and its neighbouring countries. So
Let's do some African shit.
Let's do some African stuff.
Making the decision to stay here in Africa or Southern Africa, it's just sent us down a total rabbit warren. And the fact we do need to leave because we need to do a visa run. So we are on a bit of a time schedule, and the way to get out of South Africa, we decided the best way to do that is this overlanding thing. You know, it's like van life, but it's like four-wheel drive and it's full African. Because of that, we've gone down these rabbit warrens, and before you know it, we've found the absolute African iconic beast, the Land Rover Defender. Welcome to the Nandji. Let's go, dude. Good job. You got Big Teddy?
Yes.
Whoa. The further down the rabbit warren we went on these Land Rovers and Defenders, we realised that Landy owners and Defender owners are so much like sailors. They're dedicated to their craft, they love their vehicles, even though I hear they break down a lot. But there's nothing more iconic than a Land Rover Defender in Africa. And we figure if we're going to go do some overlanding, we plan to drive up to Namibia, Botswana, go to Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe, to do this for the next couple of months, because it is going to get really cold here in South Africa. But you know, so we'll go for a big drive for a month or so, however long it takes us to do. And we figure, what better way than in this beast? The thing about the Defenders as well is that each model sort of varied so much. The original series is the Series 1, Series 2, the 200 TDIs, 300 TDIs, and these are the motors and stuff that are quite sought after because they're without the electronic sort of stuff, so they're quite easy to fix. Land Rovers then went to a TD5 motor. The TD5 was the most sought after one, and we looked and looked and looked.
Now that we're closer to Cape Town, there's a lot more Defender options available to look at. So we're off today. We're going to go and check a few out, ones that Josh has had his eye on for quite some time. So
we searched Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree, private sales, We Buy Cars, which is a big car sort of joint here in South Africa.
We really want to have a look and see the difference. We've looked at a Defender that's been let go, and now we want to look at one that's been kept up.
Fridge.
We can put some food in here.
Couldn't you? You put a fridge there.
We can put a table outside. Hello, I'm Talila. Welcome to my new bus truck. Check it out. And for sometimes, bus truck went out of gas. With this bus truck, it went out of gas.
Just had a lap around the warehouse or what? And we were just hunting and hunting and trying to find these TD5s. And then when they are found, they're either way too expensive for us or they get snaffled up really quickly. Land Rover no longer build the Land Rover Defender. They've since made this model obsolete and this style of car obsolete, and they've got a newer version. And that now makes the Defender quite an iconic and a collectible item, which is another reason why sailors and landy owners have so much in common, I guess, because they're just so keen after they've won vehicle or their craft. Whole time looking through all the Land Rovers, that goes to the 300 TDI or the TD5. They were the two motors, the two cars that we were looking at. The newer models, they put in a new motor, which is the Puma motor, which is a turbocharged motor, and they basically seem to have a lot more problems. And I was always like, I'm not getting the Puma, we're not getting the Puma. But we found this base.
She had a kitchen.
She had a kitchen in it. We fixed up the gearbox. We sort of learned that the Pumas generally have problems with gearboxes and clutches.
The first thing we're going to do with our new car is take it to the mechanic. Gearbox screwed, and so is the clutch.
Yeah.
I never bought a car and then just took it to
the mechanic.
We got sucked in. It was just a good price, and it already had so many extras already on it. It's got the bull bar, it's got the tyres, it's got a kitchen in it, it's got a roof rack and also an awning. It's been used for what we want to use it for. So,
and a lot of little other added upgrades, you know, because the Pumas also have a thing that they tend to overheat. so there's a lot of like the intercooler's sort of been sorted, and there's like got a monitor for the heating and everything. So like, I don't know, long story short, we got a bloody Puma.
Yeah, we might get stuck.
We might get stuck at some point. But what's an adventure if you don't get stuck at some stage, hey?
It comes with a 200-litre water tank, so we'll be fine. It's all part of the adventure, and you know, time is just ticking on too much. We literally have spent months.
Yeah.
We've test-driven cars. We've looked at so many of these cars.
This whole trip and this thought of like going to Namibia, Botswana, and doing a visa run that sort of way it was a bit of a pipe dream. It was definitely a bit of a pipe dream, but it was something that we were sort of quite adamant that we wanted to do. And then, you know, stumbling across this Land Rover Defender, and their slogan is "One life, live it." We're like, bloody hell, mate, that's the froth life if I ever heard of it. So here we are with ourselves a Land Rover Defender, the Nandji. Welcome to the family, Nandji.
All three cars I've owned, I've had a little two-door marina, and then I owned a bus, and now I own a Defender four-wheel drive.
Badass bitch.
Yeah.
That's my girl. How's the rig, eh? There you go.
Also, a lot of the other cars had a lot of rust as well, and this one is pretty good. So it's a little bit dusty. We've only just kind of had a look in here. This is the kitchen area, so you can store all your stuff rather than rummaging through everything. And it's also got like a little light set up, so it's a magnetized light you can put up here. And it's also got a table here, so we've got these hinges.
Daddy, where's my egg?
Ali,
My egg! Where are you?
and in the back.
Got another slide out drawer here. It's a bit dirty, but
Yeah, needs a good clean.
it's a big set of drawers, so it's cool.
A lot of the cars that we found also had been used overlanding, and they were thrashed. You know, like the interior of the car doors were ripped off and the speakers were ripped out, and yeah, like the roof was peeling off of them, or yeah, they'd really been used. So this one was like the best condition that we could find, and we feel it's going to sell a lot easier than some of the other ones. That's the whole plan. We can't afford to own this car, but we can afford to buy it, put some upgrades on it, like a rooftop tent, and hopefully get our money back for it. That's the whole idea.
And in the meantime, go and have a hell time in Africa.
Exactly.
So, you know, like we've been hiring cars everywhere we've been in South Africa, and man, car hire companies are just terrible.
And it's not just, it's expensive to hire the car, but they also snag you on those little fine print things. Every single time we've hired a car in South Africa, we've ended up having to pay for other...
You don't get all your deposit back because of like this random chip in the windscreen where they knew exactly where it was.
Yeah.
Sort of stuff.
We've had to just pay excess, and...
Yeah, it's been very annoying.
So we figured if we just buy a car and then resell it, we're gonna...
Hey, it's a bit of a gamble, but we're living the Land Rover life, mate. The Defender life. One life, live it.
Live it on the edge. In you go, Marley. Here. Go. I don't know if that came up in the footage, but we saw our first ever green flash after the sunset.
It was definitely that. It was definitely green. I don't know whether it's because we're super high up, like we're really elevated, or...
Yeah, but that's like
It's
the
a real
first
thing.
time we've ever seen it.
Yeah, everyone talks about the green flash.
Yeah,
like,
it's real.
It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Well, it's a Defender thing.
Yeah, it's an overlanding thing. No. These are Cape Town things, beautiful.
Crazy. Not always the best start to the morning when you wake up and you got no AC power. All the circuit board, all the lights are just off. Multiplus is off. And it's happened, this is the third time now it's happened here in the marina. It first happened twice during the storm, but that tripped out the whole boat. So I feel like there might have been some sort of surge current. I did speak to the marina and they talked about, yeah, they do get surges here. Their main 30 amp breakers had tripped as well. So they definitely had some sort of surge, but it's still nice and clear and sunshiny again now. And so waking up this morning with no AC power, I'm like, man, what is going on? So the Multiplus isn't working and it's saying that there's no AC in, and so that keeps tripping. But the Multiplus is letting out the lights to say that there's low batteries, but we've got like 90% charge, so we've got plenty of charge. So using the old voltmeter, sort of realised that there was a drop of voltage either side on the switch. And then now that I've pulled out the switch, because I do have two other switches and two other fuses, because we've got the second Multiplus, which I was going to still need to wire in, taken off the switch, looking at the back of it, have a look at that. Look at that, all of that's just all grown and melted and pushed away. And so I first noticed it because the switch is like not clicking like it should. And I checked the voltage and yeah, there was the drop. But so this is a 350 amp rated switch. We have a 300 amp hour fuse beforehand, so the fuse should have popped it. But I do have a couple of other switches. They're just a bit smaller. I feel like I should probably just wire the whole thing. Pull it out, rewire it in there. Start from scratch. Yeah, I should do that. Save me work.
Helicopter! There's so many helicopters.
Well, the day's finally come. We've got to take this beast to the mechanic and see what the diagnostics is. Hopefully it's nothing too major and we're able to get back on the road quickly. We have a week left until we need to literally drive out of South Africa, so it's like pushing it. Anyway, hopefully it's nothing too major and doesn't break the bank.
We know there's a leak in the gearbox and we know there's a leak in the front diff. Land Rovers and Defenders are pretty common to have oil leaks, but as they say, we don't have an oil leak, we're sweating power. And we just got to find out the diagnostics. I can feel that the clutch is worn, so I want to get the clutch sorted out and the gearbox as well, since it does have a drip. That's we want to be able to keep all that gearbox oil in the gearbox, because as soon as you don't have oil in the gearbox, that's when things break. So we'll have to, I don't know whether it's seals, hopefully touch wood it's just seals, but otherwise it's not a full rebuild to the gearbox. But time will tell. These things have gearbox problems. What a morning drive, eh? This is insane.
Let's go to the mechanics.
See the, yeah, let's go to the mechanics. See the whole entire world, can't we, Lula?
Yes!
Wow.
Hey, look at the window.
Wow, that's the whole entire ocean. We still don't know if buying Nandji was the boldest move we've ever made or the dumbest. All we know is that if we left Africa without truly exploring the continent, that felt like the bigger mistake. Now, time is starting to run out before our overland journey begins, and for now, we just have to believe that this gamble will pay off and that somehow it will all work out. Us Aussies have a saying, she'll be right, yeah? Well, I guess we're about to find out.
You help him too, Lula.
Oh, careful, he's going to claw your fingers, eh? Whoa. What's in there? What's in there? What did you find? What's in there? Nothing, is there? Whoa. Get up.
The Land Rover's in at the mechanics. We've decided we're going to go for a hike today. Cape Town is a fit place. There's people running everywhere. I've never seen so much activities going on in a city before. There's just runners everywhere, cyclists, hikers. The streets are covered with
people running. It's so awesome to see. It makes you feel like you're not doing enough, you know? That should be me.
Pretty hectic first stretch of vertical climbing, but the quicker you go up, the quicker you're at the top. What a view. That's why it's good to hike with others, hey Mum? Look at that. Hiking's easy now. We need a Sherpa, full-time photographer. May as well be the skipper while you're at it.
The land is in getting fixed, and so we thought we'd do some touristy stuff. One of the things you have to do while you're in Cape Town is hike the tabletop mountains. So that's what we're doing today. We actually have some friends that are here in Cape Town that we met in the Mentawai Islands, known them for a long time. Yeah, so we're hiking with them today. They've actually got Tallulah, and me telling you this is they're getting further away, so let's keep going. Woohoo!
The Tableland Mountain is the iconic hike of Cape Town that everybody has told us we have to do.
Well, this is a bit rocky.
Even though this hike was said to be a must-do, it was definitely easier to have the help of carrying Tallulah up the steep track. If we weren't with friends, this hike would have taken us another hour at least, and if Tallulah walked, well, that's a whole day adventure. Oh, it's up the Table Mountain, eh? See Nandji through the peaks down there. On top of the mountain felt like such a strange place, as usually when you reach the peak or a summit of a hill, it's exactly that, a peak. Success.
Tabletop mountain!
Tabletop mountain!
Yay, we did it!
After the near vertical climb up the mountain, to then be on a flat, football-sized field, 1,000 metres in the air, it's a pretty crazy experience. Hands in.
Hands in.
Go Nandji!
That's insane. Top of the tabletop mountain. See what's called tabletop, because it is a big table. That's insane.
I believe how high we are.
What really elevated this hike to the next level was the setup at the top. A cliff-hanging bridge walk, old stone buildings serving up food and coffee, and then the perfect weather we got extremely lucky with. 10,500 kilometres away.
Brazil, 7,000.
Clear skies, no wind, and mesmerising views for days. Everything came together. Oh, the legs, they're a little bit stiff. It is one of those hikes that we won't forget anytime soon.
We're on the other side of the Tableland Mountains now, and now we've got the view of Cape Town. It's insane. It's so cool up here.
Even though the walk up was steep and challenging, the views at the end are always worth the effort. It is not every day you can climb to the top of this beautiful city. We used our legs to get up, but my old knees can't handle walking down a hill, so we are definitely catching the cable car down. But it's a bit of excitement in itself, really. The mountain is also unique in that it has a single span cable car with a rotating floor. Benita is one brave woman, but when it comes to heights or flying, it is nice to know I'm needed for a steady hand. The ears popped.
The ears are popping.
Okay.
Yeah.
We hiked through that. Even though our bodies were aching a little, this beautiful day in Cape Town was not done yet. With weather too good to be in the marina, we headed to another stunning corner of Cape Town to catch the sunset over the sea and to plunge our sore muscles into the brisk Atlantic Ocean water. Just another classic day in South Africa.
We've only got about a week to get the car ready to take it overlanding to Namibia. And we don't have a rooftop tent yet or a fridge freezer, and we're trying to do it on a budget, so we need to buy these things secondhand. And in the meantime, we've lined up a few to go and look at this afternoon, but in the meantime, I'm just trying to get everything else ready. I'm washing everything that I think we might need for the trip and just trying to pack and start to just get the ball moving so that it's not just a huge, big stress at the end. So, oh my goodness. We've still got so much to organise. Another thing I've been working on getting ready is our first aid kit. We get our first aid kits from Survival. They come in these amazing packs where everything is labelled individually. So if you're in like a panic or a situation and you need to grab something, they're all labelled, everything fits in its own little spot. And so you get familiar with your first aid kit and it's just a lot easier to manage. We've had a few incidents on the boat, but because we're going to go overlanding, we've got a few other things to worry about. So this is the first aid kit. It is heavily stocked. And then also I've got a snake kit as well. These are made up by Survival. They have a lot of different first aid kits that you can choose from, and this was one that we got. It's just small, light and compact, so it's perfect to take hiking. In the snake bite bag, it also has instructions on what to do. We've also got like a trauma kit here as well. But that's that. If anyone gets injured, we have everything we need. I'll take some antibiotics and painkillers and lotions and things like that as well, just like we do on the boat. I'll put a link down below to Survival. Get your first aid kit from those guys. They're awesome. They make amazing packs, and you can restock everything with them as well. So check them out.
A big thanks to our Froth family for all the support and enjoying our videos. To get your name in the credits, head over to our Patreon page and sign up. Thanks everyone, we'll see you in the next one.